Ryan, have early dinner reservations?
Yeah, where'd he go? Not everyone can handle that.
It's true.
He also said, though, that he's been to three other colleges this year. The home team was in every time.
Invite him back. I thought we did a lot of things pretty well tonight. Obviously, Jordan's going to steal his show with his 38, and he was absolutely ridiculously on fire. We ran 30 possessions in practice yesterday. He hit 5 threes in those possessions, and it was his first full practice that he'd been through since Christmas. So I knew he was feeling pretty good. But if this is feeling pretty good, I'd like to see him feeling great. But there are a lot of other positives, too, with Dougie's blocks were a major factor. He's becoming a man in there defensively, doing a lot of things very well. But nice to see our players have that kind of night. Our fans get to enjoy that kind of night. Nice to feel good after a game. Questions?
Was not a sense of relief, but was there a big exhale at halftime?
No.
So well offensively that it kind of felt like the game was over.
No. We tried to keep our focus the whole way through. It got away from us a little bit toward the end in terms of being locked in, but no, there hasn't been too many.
You haven't had a half like that all season.
No. Without question. I mean, that's as again. I thought we played pretty well offensively, and then you had Jordan take it to a ridiculous level. Is basically what it amounted to. 56 points and a half is, but no, I haven't had a lot of relaxing moments this year, and I don't know if I will. So we tried to tell them the score was 0-0. Unfortunately, they can do math. Actually, it's good they can do math. Wouldn't be good for the school.
Clearly, when you have a guy who's shooting as well as Jordy does, I mean, that opens up the offense. But when he's making as deep of threes as he's making, how much more spacing does that give guys, and how much more opportunity does that give other guys to help on the offense?
Well, and I think just confidence in knowing that, okay, we can try to get our stuff, and if it doesn't work out, Jordy's just going to finish the play. That's how it felt tonight. The other thing, too, that really set the tone, and this is, you look at a lot of games that go well for teams. We had drawn 10 fouls with 8 minutes to go in the first half, and when that's in your back pocket, you play more confident offensively, too, because you know that if you're just even attacking off the dribble, you got a chance to go to the free throw line. So have you decided I'm not going to say anything more intelligent or clear?
No.
Okay.
I'm just writing it down. Just getting it out.
Jeez. Give me the podium one night, please.
This team has banged its head against the wall so many times. Does the fact that it was easy, does that matter at all? Could this have been a grinder and you would have been okay with that?
I would have been okay with anything right now. Just
anything on the right side of the ledger?
Yes, just get a win. But I do think that the important step that we've made here is the last 2 times out we've played pretty good offense. We had a 19-assist game tonight, 24 last game, and it's been a lot of work on that end of the court for a chunk this year. So to have it come on a night where a lot was going right for us. I mean, I thought James put up his second very impressive game in a row. His energy level, he got to 50-50 balls, and that was a big point of emphasis for us. He had 2 steals. He had no missed dunks. That was a positive. I don't even know if you could call it a missed dunk. It was a missed something.
Similar vein as the halftime speech. Now you complete the second half. You know, it's a full blowout now. What do you tell the guys to keep focused for the next one?
I told them to just smile and enjoy each other tonight a little bit. Just relax, knowing that the whole time I've been emphatic about saying we were that close, we were that close. This group's a long way from giving up, I can promise you that, and I think that was readily evident tonight. We got 2 tough ones on the road coming up, so have fun with that. But the level of understanding from player 1 through player 8, 9 is increasing every day. And as long as we keep seeing that, then there's hope. I've said it, and I believe it, a majority of the answers to our problems are currently in our locker room in various forms of health. So keep believing that and keep working at it.
Jarvis doesn't like to talk about his hip too much as something that's a hindrance, but obviously missing Saturday's game, only his second absence this season. How big of an impact do you think that had on just sort of helping him get to?
He had a lot of work done on his hip too. It just feels better than it has in a long time. So it's a combination of our doctors, our training staff, and him having a couple extra days. If he promises to score me 38 every night, I'll play him every other game. That's no problem.
His big night, was it entirely on him? Was it maybe Akron giving him some easy ones? I thought he did a good job of getting something off the dribble early, which kind of then opened up his long range stuff.
Yeah, no question about it. And I thought, we executed well within our offense as well. But, you also had the one from shot clock winding down from 3 steps over half court. That's just when you're feeling it. But that happens. I thought the first couple were generated well for him. And once a couple went in for him, we started trying to draw more stuff up for him and keep feeding him. We had put in a couple sets for him yesterday at practice, and I was mentioning to a friend of mine that was at practice, this is the first time we've been able to add something for him in a long time because he hasn't been at practice. So that was a big help as well.
This is me being a cynic. Now you've won 3 conference games. Each time you've had someone go off for a big night. Mike against NIU, Jordy against EMU, and tonight. Is that another iteration of this team that you're hoping to see, where you can win games or be balanced offensively and not have to?
Yeah,
have a guy?
certainly you'd like to be able to do something like this and not have somebody just go catatonic. I mean, it was. But at the same time, I'm not going to give it back because someone did. I thought, honestly, if he has more of an average night, I still think we had a good fighting chance to win it. I really do. But he was a separation tonight. And I'd be willing to say that if we plan on beating another conference team by 24 on any given night, we definitely have to have a big night. And the Northern Illinois game was the same way. We beat them fairly soundly. Yeah, and we had Mike going off as well. Would we still have won that game had it been balanced? I can't say that for sure, but I wouldn't rule it out. That Northern Illinois night, what really got going for us early on was our defense. I mean, Mike got going after that, but that got us our cushion early on.
Did you see the moment in the first half when I think you called timeout and Gavin and Jordy meet, and Gavin just completely Jordy falls down hard? Did you see that moment?
No.
No.
I'm glad I didn't.
Gavin tried to chest bump.
Yeah, and Jordy,
Wiped him out.
and Doug ran off real quick.
That's probably not the best. Maybe have him run over the sideline, put bubble wrap on, and then go chest bump all you want. Or those sumo suits. I don't know.
So back-to-back quality offensive performances, how many of these do your players need to string together before you start feeling comfortable and confident that this is going to be who you guys are going forward?
How many games we got left? Now, if we execute how we're supposed to, we can be good offensively. But, it is still work in progress. It absolutely is, and it's not going to be over until that final horn sounds, whenever that is, and we'll just keep chopping away at it and see where it takes us. But I started believing that we could be a good offensive team in the first semester when we were at times a pretty good offensive team. And then it kind of faded away into the distance and we got into some bad habits, and it took us a while to get out of that rut. But I don't think in basketball, how many times have you seen it where teams lights out one night and the next night they can't throw it in the ocean? It happens. So I'd like this to continue going. It's more fun scoring 99 points than it is 50. I mean, we've had a conference game where we scored 50 and two of them. Well, we had 56 in the first half tonight. Go figure. It's a heck of a profession.
Going off something you said, you guys are 19 and 23 from the line after Saturday. How nice is it to see a bunch of them go in?
Well, generally it's easier when there's a little bit of a cushion. I mean, let's face it, it's human nature to, when everything's going in and you're feeling good. But we've been a pretty good free throw shooting team with some real outliers this year. And if I could explain it, I'd fix it. We work on them, but we're almost last in the nation in free throw defense. How's that for that's a real stat. Got to work on that. Spirit fingers or something, I don't know.
At one point in the second half, it looked like John Grace was yelling at you and or your bench.
No, me.
He was mind sharing what that was about?
Yeah, he was upset that I called for a review. I thought it was an intentional foul on the breakaway. And he thought that being up 22 or whatever we were it was not right that I do that. And sorry he didn't like it. I wasn't doing it to upstage him, but I'm not taking any points for granted this year, and I'm not. Listen, when you've been through the season we've been through, you're trying to make sure you win the game. And with 15 minutes to go, my job is to still coach my guys. So, sorry if it offended him. Wasn't my intention. But I would do the same thing again against any team that we played if it had a chance to get us 2 more points with 15 minutes to go in the game. They've got guys. They're a very good 3-point shooting team. They jump passing lanes. I was under the impression that we still had to keep fighting. So we kept fighting.
Did it tick you off at all? Does that kind of thing come up in a game a lot that we just don't see? Coaches chirping at each other.
It happens more than you think.
How do you balance obviously the confidence and the good feelings you guys get out of this game with, knowing that there's still a lot of work to do ahead?
Go home and do work tonight. Do it with a smile on my face. Yeah, I mean that's the whole respect the grind thing in this league is about as apt as you can have for any league, because this, with a Tuesday Saturday setup, no bye week, a lot of familiarities between the players in this league. In the nature of play in this league, it is a grind, and once you get past January 1st, there's not going to be a lot of downtime until whenever that final moment comes in Cleveland, good, bad, or indifferent. Every league I've ever been in, including the Big Ten, you'd have a week in there somewhere where it's a chance to catch your breath. All right, let's get healthy. You don't get that here. And as a coach, you don't get that moment to say, I'm going to take 2 days, go out recruiting a little bit, maybe enjoy some times with my kids. You don't get that. You're just going. So it's great if you love basketball, and I happen to. So great, but
with that in mind, Coach, would you be in favor of the MAC extending its league schedule into late December?
Yes.
How difficult it is to maybe schedule that weekend during the holidays to build in an off date somewhere around this time?
I would, and it's not going to happen because of the queue, I'm sure. But I'd also like to move our tournament earlier in that week, so the team that we won.
You win Saturday night in the MAC.
You win Saturday, you're getting your marching orders on Sunday. Whereas in the last league I was at, you'd win on a Tuesday, and you had 4 days to feel wonderful and get some shots up, and then a sobering Selection Sunday when all of a sudden Kansas is up there against you, or you know, but there's a chance to decompress and get healthy. Now there are people that would argue you get rusty during that time. The 2 times that we did that, we weren't rusty a bit. In fact, we looked fresher than we had been all year. It's different with the Q, and I think it should stay at the Q. I think it's terrific there. But their dates have to work out. There's TV slots that you're in that aren't just going to change. But in theory, yes, I would love to have more time to play our conference season. The downside to that would be you're going to play more conference games with students not in town. And that's not ideal either. But, you know, you could move it up technically even before finals. Now, that's really early. The other leagues do it.
Yeah, where you get that, maybe it's a.
Your first 2 games of the league are before finals. Everybody gets a road and home. But listen, I got enough on my plate. I can't. Let Ricky Stokes do his job. I'll defer. But no, in theory, I would. I would like for there to be 1 bye week. There used to be that bracket buster week. We played Akron during that bracket buster week when I was at North Dakota State one time.
Anything else? All right.
All right.